Okay, people. So now it's October 10th, 2018. The City of Fire Department was here. I don't know. Guess they're gonna lock this place up. That's what he said. Alright. Told me to get my stuff out of here. I said, well, it's not my stuff. Right? Other than what was donated to me. So, I guess I'll have to drag this out of here. Some vinyl is better than no vinyl, right? Some chance is better than no chance, people. I don't know. This city is so emotionally stunted. Right? On so many different levels. On so many different levels. I don't know what to say. Right? Obviously, I was in court yesterday, so I couldn't do anything. And, you know, everybody, the people that I gave a bit of money to were the ones that wanted money. They just kind of abandoned me with this, right? So, like I said, I'm going to write it into a fundraiser in terms of, this should have been done in a few days. Pay local people to do it, right? Didn't matter whether they were homeless or a freaking band of people. There's a key. See? So anyway, I guess I'll just take some of this because I don't know what they mean by locking it up, but I guess we'll find out. I hope Twinder isn't in up shit creek without a paddle for being kind, right? You know what I mean? They lock these things up, people, and what ends up happening is people just crawl through the fences, do whatever, and come in and just bust everything up. If you notice, it's looking pretty clean out here. It's not that bad because, you know, I've been cleaning, and the people that have been somewhat helping me have been cleaning too, right? But of course, it's never enough, right? If you don't have $10,000 to come in and do something right away, you know, people just frown their noses at you, right? So hold on. Did you see that tree right there? This one? Oh, I can't see. This one. This is a different type of acorn tree. I hope the landlord doesn't chop this one down. So anyway, this is the metal, some of the metal that I gave the people that were helping me, but I don't know. I think one of the neighbors is causing trouble. The one that's the old crow right there. Right? That nothing bad could ever happen to her loved ones. But anyway, besides that point, I don't know. I wanted to get this done by Sunday. Everything out by Monday. But again, things slow down because people are depressed. Right? For whatever reason. And then of course I had court on Tuesday. So I don't know if this is going to be just crunched up with the big machine. Or if this... I mean, you know what, people? All in all, considering this neighborhood, for this stuff to be sitting here and nobody robbing it, that's pretty damn good. And for all in all, for what's been going on with this house, it's pretty clean. Like, seriously. I mean, it's been a work in progress. But most of the time, these places are in a lot worse shape. Okay? This one, if we just... It was a little more coordinated, had a bit more money, a little more community support, obviously city support, right? You know, this could have been a really smooth operation. And, I mean, think about it, people. One man's junk is another man's treasure. This is not putting vinyl siding out of business by recycling it. What it's doing is it's giving a handyman or a crafter, like, you know, making dog houses or squirrel homes or, you know, little things like that, you know, little sheds or whatever it is, as a craft, as a hobby, you know. Some of these city workers might even be interested in this vinyl to go home and build dog houses with their son, you know, and then sell them a little bit of extra cash, right? Teach their son a trade, you know. But as you can see, the house is half recycled, and apparently the fire department is locking things up. So that means I have to go write some letters. Well, one letter. I only really have to write one letter, people. And then I have a person I'm going to give that letter to, explaining the situation at hand here. So in other words, they're just speeding up the process, you know, versus writing the $300,000 fundraiser and bringing the initiative forward that way. I am going to introduce the initiative through a letter explaining what was going on from beginning to end, and that the landlord himself shouldn't be penalized for this, for being a kind man and trying to do the right thing, right? Because I would suspect through their codes and everything, if they're locking the place up to keep whatever they're trying to keep out, even though it's not that bad in terms of garbage, we've been working on it. Here's the problem though, the city doesn't provide enough garbage pickup. I called for three large item pickups, but as you can see, they didn't take anything else. They left it behind. So we've been trying to put out as much as we can. Hold on. We've been trying to put out as much as we can every 2 weeks, right? And plus the landlord had a big bin in here that he paid for, and that's why I say this vinyl, when it sells, you really should be going back to the landlord. But I've offered him the money and he said don't worry about it. So we'll just stick with the plan and work on program development if that stuff sells, which I would think it would, right? Because again, one man's junk is another man's treasure, and that can make a lot of dog houses, it can make a couple of sheds, it can make freaking houses for squirrels. You know, there's lots of things you can do with this vinyl, right? It's just too bad that we couldn't get down the soffits. Okay, I'm learning. Those are soffits. Didn't have time to do the soffits. Didn't have time to do the eaves troughs. Didn't have time to do the metal. Do you see that? I got a few sheets, but I'm not very strong, people. And I was out here by myself. Oh yes, and this is what I did. I did that. I did over here, which was, you can see, right? I did that. Took off the vinyl from there. That's a pretty grody area in there. I didn't realize it until I was pretty much done. But anyway, I wasn't afraid to do that, people. So now I'm going to go home after I'm done here, and I'm going to wash it and make it clean for the customer. I've decided I'm going to take the time to wash everything. This was half down, and I finished taking the other half. You can see. Right. And then, of course, the back didn't get done. Somebody set a little fire in here, right, at one point in the past. But you can see, this is aluminum up in here. This is aluminum that protects that protects the wood. You know, for handymen, crafters, and that type of thing. They like stuff like that. Men like stuff like that. You know? Not so much women, but men do. So look, all those soffits. Can't get them down. Not enough time, not enough people helping. So anyway, I'm cleaning up all the little bits and pieces of paper right now. Hold on. Okay. So basically what I did today, people, was garbage, clean up. Alright, you can see. Alright. I got my kid mad at me. Hey, just bringing home more junk. You're wasting your time. Why do you insist on wasting your time? Serious people. Apparently, in the Sikh religion, it's like there is no going to heaven or reincarnation or any of that stuff. It's just live, try and do the best you can, help out people when you can, and when you die, that's it. You're dead. Some of them don't even want to get old, for what it's worth. You know, I don't know. Might not be a bad philosophy, really. Because you can go through your whole life kissing ass to your kids. They're not gonna get you anywhere. So anyway, it looks pretty good. I just want to say, for a house like this, that's been vacant for a couple of weeks now anyway, right? You know, there must be some level of respect going on here, people, because if you notice, there's still wires. That's very unusual. Alright, for houses in this state, So maybe we got people thinking, huh? So anyway, like I said, I gave that away to somebody already. All right. Somebody who needs it more than I do in terms of foundation, that type of thing. So the landlord's going to still help me try and get these windows out. And so it's not over yet, because he said I can have them, right? So he's going to help me get them out. And then as he's doing that, I'll take off the rest of the siding as best as I can. I'm not going to be able to get up into these soffits because, you know, if I don't got my kid bitching at me, right, I don't necessarily have the right screwdriver, right? Because I lend out my tools and I never get them back. But anyway, this is it for now. We'll be back.